So the other day, of course, President Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance have a meeting with President Zelensky. So Zelensky invites the press to the White House. And since President Trump wants transparency with this administration, unlike the previous administration, he was all for it. So President Trump said the same thing at the meeting that he said since before he was elected, that he wanted to negotiate a ceasefire. And I don't know if you want to chalk it up to arrogance or pride, but Zelensky didn't want that. What he wanted was more funding to continue fighting, even though he's already stated that without the U.S.'s assistance, this is an unwinnable war. Now, J.D. Vance, of course, calls him out on how disrespectful it is to come in there and really try to negotiate a deal, not only after receiving all this funding, but right there in front of the media as well. Of course, Zelensky would think that that would put them in a position to where they couldn't refuse. What I think people were failing to understand is Zelensky's true intention is access to NATO. Now, that would be an absolute disaster because that would force the United States' hand in order to get involved. And that will force Russia into the arms of China. There's World War III right there. So what the president was trying to negotiate was, okay, give us mineral rights. That way, now if Russia attacks you directly, that's also like them attacking us, and they won't want to do that. In essence, forcing a ceasefire. And I see people's TDS is just taking off online, posting things like, I stand with Zelensky or I stand with the Ukraine. Zelensky doesn't actually want peace. What he wants is more money. And J.D. Vance explained to him, you don't have the cards to win this war. Why are you unwilling to negotiate peace? You're literally having to snatch your own citizens off the streets and put them on the front lines. All he had to do was come in there, show some humility, and sign the papers. Do I care whether or not he was wearing a suit? No, it's irrelevant. And that wasn't even Trump's talking point. If you say that you stand with the Ukraine, then you need to stand with the Ukrainian people, who I'm pretty sure want to put an end to this. It's the bureaucrats who want to prolong this thing out. You know, it's kind of like that old saying that if more politicians' sons were on those front lines, we'd have less wars. But I guess it's easy for him to use other people's lives and other people's resources for his own gain. As for me, I stand for the United States and American interests. After all, I'm American, not Ukrainian.